Hey, what's up? Back again.
That first bass note hit me in the chest, and I was just like, there's no way that's 2/8.
MB Enclosures has his own YouTube channel, and this guy is an animal when it comes to designing boxes.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you, Bason? Would you, Bason? Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all welcome to the MBE channel. If you like what's going on, please like, share, and subscribe so I can maybe do more things on the channel. Today we're going to unbox the Digital Designs 1506. Most of you know how I feel about 6.5 inch drivers. So for this woofer to be on my channel tells you something right off the bat. Well, why did MBE do it? Because number one, he only deals with stuff that's unique. It has to pique his interest. It have to be doing something different because I'm not going to just keep rehashing the same old designs. I'm not with that. What are they doing that sets them apart? Well, Digital Designs is known for setting itself apart, not just because it's made in the USA, which is a key factor, key component of that, but because Joshua likes to push the envelope. And he has pushed the envelope in his 6.5 inch drive, and I thought I'd present on the channel for those of you who have 0.25 to 0.5 net, because you only have 1 to 1.2 gross, and you're looking for, well, how much cone area can I put inside there and give me a meaningful output? The 1506 might foot the bill. Let me put this out here before we go any further. This is not the budget channel. So I know I'm gonna have people say you can get this for this, or you can get this size sub for this price. That may be true, but can you put that size sub in this small space? Can it operate and get the performance that this woofer will give you in limited space? That's when you look at it. When you're looking at a 6.5 inch driver, you are severely limited on space. I'm not an advocate of using multiple 6.5 drivers unless you just have money to burn. But if you're severely limited in space, i.e. truck installs, i.e. coupes, i.e. smart cars, people that want base but they don't have a lot of space to give up net after. I mean, they got the gross volume is like 1.5. What can I really put in? The gross volume is 1.5. That's 10. 1/8. A gross volume 1.5 is with a 10 to play in. A gross volume 1.5, after you get everything said and done, you might be able to get 1/8 in there. But you could probably get 2 6.5s. With a gross volume 1.5, after everything is said and done, you might wind up with a net volume of 1. And you could put 2 6.5s in that space and give you some meaningful output in base if you have a certain performance level. This is Josh's take on the 1506. Let's unbox it so we can look at these features and what sets it apart and why it costs what it costs. Because as I told you before, this is not the budget channel. I'm going to present what I present on any subwoofer, but I'm not going to do anything about the cost. It costs what it costs. It costs what it costs. This is not the budget channel. Budget is not in my title. So if you say, oh man, I can get this for this price, and I can get more for that, possibly, but can you get that to work in that space for that price? Get what you pay for. All right? Keep playing with the knife. I'm gonna cut my finger like I cut on a router. Let's unbox this boy. Get it out. Oh, it's got a little heft to it. All right. Comes wrapped in plastic. And let's get right to it, man. So when we see that it does have the DD EROM surround, extended range of motion surround, with a lot of people are copying this rib surround. I want you to understand something. It doesn't work just because it got ribs. It must have a different density, and there's a different man, what is wrong today? Density to the foam from the ribs to the surround itself that helps it stays linear and stop it from dimpling. Because when the subwoofer surround dimples, you have distortion. Okay? Now, so we have the extended range of motion surround. the customary DD mounting gasket. It is glued with the DD super glue to the cone, composite dust cap. Now this is a standard configuration. You can get these supercharged. You can get these supercharged, but this is just the standard configuration. I believe you can get these supercharged. I believe so. I might be wrong with that, but I believe, yes, you can. Yes, you can get these supercharged. It has a 2-inch voice coil. And that's the very next feature I want to point out is the basket. And the basket is Josh's S-frame basket that he uses on all his subs from the 15 on up. All his hand-built subs use this frame. So as you can see, one thing we know is that it cost him tooling because he had to get this. He had to custom tool this to be manufactured to perform with not the same performance that you get with a 2508, but on the same performance level, capability in this class. As you can see, it's just a smaller version as the S-frame. Same baskets on the 25s, the 35s, the 90, same basket. Shrunk. Go with that, big boy. Love you. All right. Going to the other side, we see on the cone, it is the same, his mix. Carbon fiber, Kevlar, paper, non-pressed, gray cone that they use. The former, he doesn't tell you what the former is, but I like this bead of glue, this bead of epoxy that's at the triple joint where the former and the spider meets. DD doesn't have their cone meet at the point, so you can't really call it a triple joint. You might want to call it a double joint because he says it increases his sound quality and his excursion ability by not having the cone actually meet at the triple joint. It's about the same on all the rest of the drivers. It's about an inch higher, maybe 3/4 inch higher. It's a 2-inch voice coil. He uses his own spider, which has big rolls. I think I showed that on another video. It has, maybe you can see it at an angle here. There's big rolls on this. Let's see if we can maybe possibly get the light to show you something. I don't want to blind y'all, but I don't know, can y'all see that? Maybe I can't see. I can't watch this and watch the camera at the same time. But I'm turning a certain angle. You can see there's some big rolls on his spider. The same type rolls. Not as many. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 2508, and I believe, cut this light off, you have 1, 2, 3 on the 1506. Using this frame, it has a significant amount of clearance from the spider to the top of the mounting gasket, and a significant amount of clearance between the bottom of the spider and the top plate. And look at the size of that top plate. The top plate is used to focus the energy along the pole, which is shooting up from the back plate. But we're going to get that in a minute because it's a key feature on that as well. Nice windings, which are baked at 800 degrees thermostat. He thrice bakes his voice coils the same way he does the 2508, the 35, the 95 series. He does the same thing to the 1506. Thrice bakes 800 degree thermostat. So you talk about some coils that can take some heat, some abuse. I wouldn't abuse them, but they can take some heat for those of you not running clean power. I love this top plate. I don't know what the height is on it, but as you can see, it is substantial. Oh man, this thing got some. It's not supercharged, but boy, it's not heavy. It's just the magnetic force that's extruding around it is you can feel it. You can feel it. So by using this S-frame on his 6.5, even though his linear X-max is 10 millimeters, his X-mechanical is 48. So the spider and the surround enables you to get even more throw out of this 6.5 inch driver, which has a conservative rating of 300 to 600 watts and a peak of 24. Nice. Nice. Now here's the part I really want to bring. You got a magnetic boot to protect the double dual slug magnets. And I'm thinking they use strontium ferrite. They use a very high energy magnet. Who knows what grade it is, but it's very high. Might be strontium ferrite. That's just me putting out there. I'm not DD saying that. That's me, MBE. Okay, this back plate. Everyone always sees the vent on the pole, because this is the pole, and the vent along the pole, the base of the pole. Now these vents cool the outside of the coil. Okay, the coil. Like, this is the pole. On the bottom plate, the poles, you're taking the south pole, could say, and you're shooting it right up the magnet, all the way up through the top plate. So where the top plate meets it, the pole is right there in the middle, and there's a gap in between the two. The divorce coil slides up and down there. This is a feature that he put on the 6.5 inch driver that he has on his larger drivers as well. The venting. To get these vents right here. Inside the pole, I can feel 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then go up again, and there's another set. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I go up one more time, okay, no, that's as far as my, yeah, I'll get you figure out if it gets stuck, boy. Now, so you got 8 vent holes on the inside of the pole. Well, what does that do? It forces air on the inside of the divorce coil. So you got the vents around the bottom that forces air on the outside of the divorce coil, this side. And you got vents on the inside of the pole piece that forces air on the inside of the divorce, on the inside of the former. Well, what does that do? It enables you to play louder, longer. And he has that technology on his 6.5 inch driver, which has a substantial clearance from the spider to the mounting flange, and also from the spider to the top plate. More throw. 10 millimeters X-Max, 48 millimeters mechanical. That's 3.5 times, almost 3.5 times more mechanical than you have X-Max. This boy has got some throw to it. And with this added feature, having a 6 5/16 inch cutout, you have more throw than any 6.5 inch woofer in his class. Cone area is king. You're moving more air. How can you not like this driver? How can you not like it? If you can't find a dealer in your area, please text me and I'll help find you a DD dealer to get you this woofer. If you have space limitations and you're into, I'm going to see how it sounds. That's next, coming in my next videos. We're gonna do a free air test on it for sure, and then we're gonna put it in a box. Him and his twin brother, I bought 2. I'm on this DD take right now. I bought 2. I bought 2 because I want to see how does it perform. It's unique. It's different. So I'm looking for performance. We know I know DD uses very tight gaps. So it's a very efficient driver. No woofer in DD's lineup is under 85 dB sensitivity. So this one has an 85 DD, 85 sensitivity on a 6.5 inch driver. Yeah, I can see already I'm thinking it's going to meet the MBE stamp of approval. I don't see how it cannot be, since it is different. Totally different. Well, if you need an enclosure for this woofer or any woofer, call me at 404 or text me 404-694-4818. If you're interested in this driver and can't find a dealer, text me as well. And in conclusion, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day. And what'd you say? What? Okay. Well, we gonna see, champ. We gonna see if you could do that. We gonna see just how low can you go, baby. We gonna see just how low can you go. Peace, man. MBE, baby. MBE.